If no one is having any question, then we can go at the session today. Okay, we need to start the spool file, right? Okay. Yeah. Can someone let me know what and all the DML commands we do have? What and all DML commands we do have, guys? If anyone knows, please let me know.
Update, delete.
Yeah, okay, thank you. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. So what is the DML means? Data manipulation language. Data manipulation language. By using DML commands, we used to add, modify, or remove the data from a table. So manipulation in the sense we are storing the data, or we can modify the data, we can remove the data, and modify in the sense update only. Update only. So I said, right, like events is called as a add, modify, remove. So all events, either if you are inserting in the data, I mean storing the data, either you are removing the data, either you are updating the data. So those all called as a DML statements. So data manipulation language. If you are trying to manipulate something with the database, that is called data manipulation language. So we do have 5 data manipulation language commands. One is insert, one is update, another one is delete, another one is insert all, one more is merge. But insert all and merge, these two is advanced concepts. So we can discuss in advanced concepts of SQL. We can discuss in advanced concept of SQL. Guys, somebody open the stop video. Okay. So we can start the advanced concepts of SQL, insert and merge. So now we will discuss about the insert, update, and delete. Insert. Insert is used to insert the data into a table. I mean store the data into a table or insert the data into a table. So I repeat, insert is used to insert the data into a table. Next, update. Update is used to modify or change data in a table. So already data will be there in the table. So if you want to modify or change something with the existing data, that is called update. Delete. Delete is used to delete all rows or particular rows from a table. Delete is used to all rows or particular rows from a table. Okay. Now insert. We can discuss about the insert. So as I said, insert is used to insert the data into a table. So there are 3 methods to insert the data. There are 3 methods to insert the data. The syntax of insert is wrong, guys. Here this insert into. Okay, insert into table name, insert into table name, insert into table name. Then list of columns. and values and list of values. So what do you mean this, guys? Angular brackets, what do you mean?
Optional.
Optional. So that is optional, but this parenthesis, whatever you mentioned, this is mandatory. Okay. Insert into table name, then list of columns, values, list values, then list of values. Rules to be noted. So something should be noted when you are inserting the data. This is mandatory, guys. Character data or date values must be entered within single quotes. I have already shown you in, I think, previous session or a day before yesterday session. I have shown you, right? Like how the, I think in AP student table, when you are inserting the data. Okay. If you are inserting character, or date values, then you must use the single quotes within the single quotes. Next, date values are format sensitive. Date values are format sensitive. By default, Oracle server or SQL allows this format. So if you want to insert from different format, so we can also do that one. Those we can discuss in date functions. How to insert the data as per the user convenience. So by default, it will allow. For example, if you insert YY MON DD, so it won't take, or else YY DD MON. But if you want to insert our own way, user defined type, so we can insert that like that also. But those things we can discuss in the date functions. How we need to convert from default format to another format. There are some conversion functions in SQL. We can discuss there. Next, character data is case sensitive. If case sensitive in the sense, for example, you declare table name as capital EMP, then it will take capital. If you declare table name as small emp, that will take capital only. For example, create table. Table name is some A_1. Okay. Next, number data type I am giving. Okay. Table is created. Here what we have used, capital letter, right? Capital letter. Just to see how it is stored, like select store from, like this. So it will store no rows selected. Let us try to create. Otherwise, I have to show you. Select table underscore name from user underscore tables. See how the table is stored, guys. Capital letter only. See here. This all tables is having in my schema. In my user underscore tables, user underscore table is a this one data dictionary. We will discuss about that in later. Okay. See how it has stored, guys. It has stored the capital letter. Let us try to create smaller letter now. Let us try to create table small a underscore, it won't take, small b underscore 1. Okay. Here I am giving small. Again, number declaration. Table is created. Let us check the table name again. See, you have given smaller case of B. How it is stored, guys? Capital letter. So when you are creating, next, see the column names also. Small b underscore 1 we have created. See, we declared column names as smaller. Data types also smaller. How it is stored? Capital.
Capital.
So when you create a table and column names, even if you declare the data, in smaller case, by default Oracle server will store in capital letter only. Statement
Yes.
understood, guys? Again, I repeat, if you declare table name as a smaller case and column name and data types also smaller case, by default Oracle server will save the in uppercase only. But in case of data insertion, insert into table B_1 values number I am giving. Let us try to add one more column. Tell me someone, alter table. How to add a column name, guys? Table name. Add
Under table name, add column.
column data type.
Variable.
Table is altered. Let us check the description of B1_1. So we have two columns. Here I have declared name is smaller case. This one also smaller case. So by default it has saved. Now let us try to insert the data now. Insert into table. Insert into B_1 values. Here number Q 1001. Okay. Name I am giving. See. Name I am giving some
string values.
Shashi. Okay. Now again I will give Venky. Here I have declared smaller case. Here I am declaring uppercase. Okay. Now let us try to select star from B_1. See guys. Did you understood, guys? What was happened? What was happened, guys? What do you understood? In case of column name, in case of table name, by default Oracle server will convert it into the capital letters. But in case of rows, in case of records, the insertion data is case sensitive. If you insert in capital letter, then it will store the capital letter. If you insert in small letter, then it will store the smaller letter. So by default, we store the data in real time in capital letters only. By default, we store the data in real time capital letters. So you need to understood here. If you declare table name and column names in smaller case, Oracle server or SQL server here converted into the uppercase. But in case of data, not column or table, in case of actual data. So if you insert in capital letter, it will insert capital letter. If you insert in smaller letter, then it will insert in smaller letter. That is called case sensitive. Character data case sensitive. Okay. Next. Method 1, I said to insert the data into table. 3 times we can insert, three ways. One is inserting data into all columns. Inserting data into all columns. Clear, guys? Inserting data into all columns. Let me create any table. Is there already in? Okay. Let me create one table. Let me create one table. Let me create one table. Create table. Create table is student underscore VTS. Student underscore VTS. Do we have this table already in the database? Student underscore, no, student underscore VT. Now you can tell me why it is raising the error. Student number. Okay. You can tell me, guys, is there any issue in the declaration part, column declaration part? Any is there, so that I can change it? Because you people knows, right, how to declare table.
Semicolon then.
Here semicolon.
Yeah.
In case of command line prompt, you don't require, like, sorry, in case of this is the abit file, that not required. We can give the like we can give later also, here also, in our SQL plus tool also. So is this everything is correct, right? Then let us see. Let us see. So see, to run any command, you can use delimiter. In case of in ED editor, you can use here this slash also. Here table is created. Now let us describe the table. Let us describe the table. So student number and student name and this one. So now insert into data into all columns. What do you understood about this method, guys? What did you understood about this method?
For all the columns, we are going to insert the data.
Yes. So the first method is to insert the data into all columns, means so we are going to insert the data for all columns. For all columns. Okay. Now I am trying to insert one data. Now I am trying to insert one data. See, one row is created. Let us try to insert one more thing. Insert into student underscore VTS values. Second row is 1002. So what is first name, guys? Something. Some C. Next name is, last name is something. Last name is something, we can put something. Okay. Next, the date of birth we are giving here. Date of birth we are giving here something 19 Jan 1990. So you need to understand, guys. See here, you have to specify the values with the same format. How the tables are, how the columns are there. First column is student number. Then you have to give this one. I will show that one also. So date of join I am giving sys date. Date of join. Fee I am giving some 12,000. Okay. Gender is I am giving male. Why it is not taking, guys? What is the error? What do you understood about this error? We discussed in the data type part.
Size of the column is more.
Very good, right? See, value larger than specified precision allowed for this column. So where it is showing the error? In 12,000. 12,000, what is this? This is the fee. Fee, what is the column? Number of 6, 2. So how many values will allow? The actual values are precision, it will allow 4 bytes and 2 bytes is the decimal. But here we mentioned precision is 5 bytes. That's the reason it is throwing the error. Take it as 1200. Another row is created. Now let us try to give order is different. Let us try to give order is different. First I am giving first name, and next I am giving number. Here see, first I am giving first name, next I am giving number, next I am giving for last name. Okay, see, I am changing the order, guys. Here, see, what is the order? First you have to specify the number type only, because it's the student number, but we are inserting directly here. Next, second I am giving the number, then third the last name. Here also you can change. Column positions, inserting the data column position, I am changing, guys. Invalid number. What is this, guys? What is the error, guys? What do you understood about the error?
Structure is
First
not
column
following.
is
First column is ID, so you're giving string.
Yes. The column. So the first statement you need to remember here, while you are inserting the data for all columns, you should follow the column, or you should follow the insertion data is order of a column. You should follow the column order only. I repeat again, when you are inserting the data for all columns, that means inserting data into all columns. When you are inserting data into all columns, you should follow the table order. How the table is having the column names. So you must to follow that one. Okay, that's the reason it won't allow. Trying to insert one more row, inserted for order. Okay, now select star from student VTS. See. Okay, next here, in case of the values to provided to all columns that exists, one more thing. Now I am inserting one more extra. What is the error, guys?
Too many values.
Why?
Because
Because there
according
is
to
no
the
column for
we have
this.
to
Yes, right.
calculate.
According to the table, values allowed only 6, 7 values only. Here we mentioned 8 values. So that means it is throwing that whatever you mentioned, the values are more. Okay, next, in order to declare in the values column, should be follow the original order of column names in the table. That's one we discussed, right? You should follow the original order of the columns. Okay, that is inserting data into the columns. First one is you should follow the original order of a columns while you are inserting the data. Another one is the values should be provided the all columns existing in the inside the table only. That means how many columns is there, for that columns alone you have to provide. You should not provide less values, you should not provide more values. Okay, next, insert data into required columns. First one, what is the guys? First method is what is, guys?
All
All
columns.
columns. Here for my requirement is I don't want to insert last name and date of birth. I don't want to insert last name and date of birth. Okay, Now my requirement is I need to insert only the student number, first name, date of join, fee, and gender. So if you try to insert like this, so here I don't want, so here I don't want to insert date of birth removing, last name removing. Okay, I am giving only student number and first name, and sysdate is date of joining I am giving, 1200 fee I am giving, and the gender is male I am giving. Why it is showing, guys? What is the error?
Not enough values.
What is the issue?
Didn't give the values for all the columns.
Yes.
Insufficient column values, sir.
Yes, insufficient column values. So the same thing I said, you should not provide the values less than the required columns. You should not provide the values more than the required columns, and the insertion of data should be follow the original order of a columns. How the original order. So now by the time what you need to do, you need to follow the specified columns. What columns you insert? The specified columns you need to mention. Here, why I mention this? Why I mention this? Why I mention? Why I mention this list of columns is here for that only. So this is the optional class. So because this is the angular brackets. So now, so when you are inserting the data to all columns, this is the syntax. Insert into table name, values, then how many columns are there, that many values you have to specify, and the columns order also should be matched with the original order of a table. Original order of the columns of a table. Okay. Next, if you are inserting the required columns, so here the column I said, this list of columns will be added here. So here insert into table name, then column 1, column 2, and so on. How many columns you want to insert, then values, then value 1, value 2, and so on values. So now now my requirement is I wanted to insert only student F name and date of birth also leave, date of join, then fee. So I mean, that means you need to insert the data, what and all tables you required. That is called specified columns. So the syntax of specified columns is, what is the guys? The syntax of specified columns, I mean required columns. What is the syntax, guys? Insert the data into required columns. So based on your requirement, you can insert. The further syntax tell me. What is the syntax? Hello.
Yeah, insert into table name, following
Insert
with the
into,
column.
yeah, following with the columns, what and all columns you require,
The
you
particular
need to
columns
specify this.
followed by values.
Yes, very good. So you have to give the particular column, then followed by values. So here insert into table name. Insert into table name. Then you have to declare the columns, which columns you need to use. STUDNO and F name, comma, date of join, then fee, then close parenthesis. So because I need only these columns to insert the data. So by the time you have to specify the what and all columns you required. Those columns you have to specify. Then you have to specify the values according to the the order of you according to the columns you mentioned in the list of columns. Then student number what is, guys? 1003. Then first name is something Srini. Next to date of join I am giving since date. Fee I am giving some 1000. One row inserted. One row inserted. So now if I give like this, what will happen, guys? If I give like this, why it is showing invalid number?
So, sir, because we have take
Like
three
data
columns
type.
in inserting time, that will be inserted in values.
Yeah, here the column is student number first column, but we are giving the character data type. So let us give here I mentioned 4 columns, but I wanted to insert a gender also here. Just I am giving gender. Why it is throwing the error? Even though the table is having gender column, right? Why it is throwing the error?
Because in
Because
insert time
data
we
type.
do not take the gender column. That's why it gives the error.
Yeah, correct. So here you are inserting the data only for these 4 columns. Only for these 4 columns. So the 4 columns values only it will allow. Okay, that is one case. Another one case, what and all columns you specified here, it has to follow this order. Let me tell you. Here, date of join I am giving last. As per table, right? As per table, it will come. Where it will come, guys? As per table. As per table. Before fee, it will come, right? Or else take this one also. STUDNO. As for the table, STUDNO, where it will come, guys? In which position it will come? As per the table.
First.
First. But we are giving 4th position. Okay. Here, date of join will come before fee, but we are giving after fee. Let me tell you. Let me show you. So here, I said one thing that how many columns you mentioned in the values list, columns list. Those many columns only it will insert the data. I mean, it will allow the data. Here I have mentioned 4 columns, but here I have mentioned 4 values. So it has to insert, right? Why it is showing error?
Because the data type is mismatch, sir. Where the F name is not satisfied with the data match of 11003. It's a number data type and it's a Bharatiya data type. That's why it shows invalid number.
But it is showing error in Srini, right? It is not showing error here.
Yes, sir.
See, I said already, varchar2 data type, we can insert the data number alphanumeric data. We can insert numbers and we can insert the character also. But it is raised fee. Fee is it is expecting number, but we are giving Srini. So now what I mean to say, you no need to follow the column of orders of the original column, original table. So original table, while you are inserting the data into specified columns. So in case of what to say, in case of inserting the data into all columns, you must to follow the original order of the columns in a table. Am I right, guys?
Yes, sir.
In case of inserting the data into required columns, you no need to follow the original order. You no need to follow the original order. You need to follow the this order. Whatever columns you mention, you need to follow this order. You have to mention the values based on the columns you specified in the column list. See here, why it was inserted one row? Because we followed and entered the data this order. See, here we have given this order, but values are given different order. That's the reason it's not allowed. So here three cases. One is the columns which you are specifying in the column list. So you have to follow the same order to insert the data. That one. Second one is how many columns you mentioned. It is also same for the first. How many columns you specified in column list. Those many values only it will allow. Here 4 you specified, here you entered 5. So it cannot take. Okay. So another one is you no need to follow the original table of columns. Here you need to follow, right? Original order of columns in a table. So you no need to follow that one. You need to follow the columns you specified in the columns list. Like that you have to enter the data. That's your wish, how you need to specify. Now we can correct it. See, here F name is Chan Rama. I am giving fee. I am giving 1000. So date of joins is date. Here I am giving 1000. See, now it will create because we mentioned the values based on the column list. Now my question is, here we are inserting the data only 4 columns. Only 4 columns. But the table is having 6 columns, 7 columns. So we are inserting the data student number 1. We are inserting the data F name. We are inserting the data date of join. We are inserting the data fee. The remaining columns, L name, date of birth, and gender. What will happen? What type of data it will get insert?
Null values.
Any other answers, guys? See, I have inserted the data from different order. I didn't mention the table order here, columns, and I insert the data as well. Now let us check whether 1000 student number is what, guys? 1000 student number is added or not. See, previously it's not there, right? 1000. Let us see. See, 1000 is added. Rama. The remaining columns, what happened, guys? It will insert the null values. So Oracle server or SQL, in any SQL, if you omit the columns, omit in the sense is ignore. Here we are ignoring the remaining columns, right? Remaining columns, L name ignoring, and the date of birth we are ignoring, gender is ignoring. So if you omit the columns or if you ignore the columns, so Oracle server automatically insert the null values. Null is a undefined value or blank space is called as a null. See here, no values is there, right? That is called null. So that is called implicit null. So here Oracle server automatically insert the null values. So if Oracle server automatically insert the null values, that is called implicit null. See, that is called implicit null. So when you mentioned only 4 columns, when you are inserting data only for four columns, the remaining 3 columns, Oracle server automatically insert the null values. Now I wanted to insert the values in null values explicitly. I wanted to insert the null values explicitly. Okay. Now I am entering the data for all columns. You can observe 1004. See, we must follow the order now because we are inserting the data for all columns. All columns. Gamma, first name. Last name is Johnny. Or else gamma ME. Okay. Next, date of birth is, I am entering the date of birth is 12 Jan 1992. Okay. Date of join is, I am giving sys date. Next, fee I am giving 1,800. Gender I am giving some male. Okay. Here all columns this one, right? Now I don't want to mention the last name. So I will give null. Null. I don't want to give the gender. I will give null. I don't want to give the fee also. Just I will put null. See. What is the issue? Missing. What is the issue, guys? Why it is throwing the select? Why it is throwing the error as select? Insert into student, right? Why it is throwing? Can someone tell me why it is throwing the error?
Values word.
Yes,
Values word
very
is
good. So we missed the syntax. So values is a keyword that you have to mention. Now, one row is created. So here we are giving explicitly null value. So by using null keyword, this null is a null keyword. If you want to insert the data explicitly, if you want to insert the data null values explicitly, by that time you have to declare the null keyword in place of which column you want to insert. Now select star from BTS. See here, what is row inserted? 1004 gamma. 1004 gamma. L name I have given null. Okay. Fee I have given null. Gender I have given null. See, fee null, gender null, and L name null. Try to insert one more. Why it is not coming? Here also give null. All null also give. For null, you no need to give single quotes. Why, guys? Why you should not give null single quote? Why, guys? Did we give any single quotes within the null? Null is given within the single quotes? No. If you give a single quote, that will treat it as a string data type. That will treat it as a single data type. So by the time Oracle server understand that it's a single, it's a character string data. So by that time, column will check whether the required data is coming or not. So when you are giving the Oracle keywords, you should not give the single quotes. Even though sysdate also we haven't given, that we have already discussed.
yes.
The date values has to give within the single quotes, right? But sysdate also is date only. It's written current date and time, but we haven't given the single quotes because the Oracle functions are keywords. You should not give in the within single quotes. So null is a keyword. Now try to insert the data. Again, one more error inserted. See, 104 gamma again, not for gamma, all null values, only 800. So that is called explicit null. Explicit null. What is implicit null, guys? What is implicit null, guys?
We don't specify the
Providing-
column and values.
Implicit null is nothing but if you ignore the columns or if you omit the columns, by the time Oracle server automatically insert the null values into the remaining columns. Whatever you ignore, right? Those columns, Oracle server automatically insert the null values. That is called implicit null. So if you want to insert the null values explicitly, by the time you need to specify the null keyword in column name in place of which column you want to insert the null values. I repeat again, implicit null is nothing but if you omit the column names. If you omit the column names and you are inserting the data, what and all columns you required, those columns only you are inserting. The remaining columns, Oracle server automatically insert the null values. That is implicit null. So if you want to insert any column null value, by the time we can use the null keyword to insert the null value. That is called explicit null. Okay.
Yes.
And one more case, you need to follow the original order of the column in a table while you are inserting the required columns.
Yes.
That's your wish, which column, which order you need to follow. But whatever columns you mentioned, the data which you are inserting, that should be same order of the columns mentioned in the column list. I repeat again. So you no need to follow any original order of a table while you are inserting the data for the specified columns. That's your wish how you need to follow. But the data which you are inserting, that should be follow the order of column list. Column list is nothing but what columns you mentioned. Okay. Next, in case of order of values declared in insert, need not to be the same of the original table order. What I said, that is the data values in the values class should be matched with the insertion list. Insert list is nothing but this list should be matched with the insert list. The column not supplied with the data are filled with null values. That means the columns here, remaining columns you are not supplying the data, right? Remaining columns, date of birth and fee, gender, those columns you are not supplying the data. Supplying in the sense inserting here. That filled with null values until the not null constraint. So you no need to remember this one. You no need to worry about this. You just remember this one, not null. Then we can discuss in the constraint topics. Constraint tab. So when it will insert, if column is not having a not null constraint. So now you no need to know. Okay. Next, insert null values into the table. Okay. This one about the null. About null. What is null? What is null? Null is a unknown value, undefined value. It is not equal to 0 or blank space represented with the null keyword. If value is not equal to 0 or something or blank space, that represented with null keyword. So can you define the null values here? For example, Here I can say fee is 800. Can you say what is this? How much that fee?
Mhm.
Can we say?
No.
No. So we can't define the null values. So null is a undefined value. So we can't define the value. It is unknown value or undefined value. The value is not equal to 0 or above. So the value is not equal to 0 or blank space that represented with the null. So that we can't tell that it is equal to 0 or any value, right? Okay. The blank space is nothing but a null here. Next, this one we can discuss. Not null, not allowed arithmetic relational operations on null. If represented null only. This one we can discuss later. You no need to know. So we discuss, right, what is implicit, what is explicit. This one we can discuss in arithmetic operations. We can discuss. There is a arithmetic operator and there is a arithmetic operations. There we can discuss about the full clearly, like in depth we can discuss. So I tell also now we will see here arithmetic and logical operators we can discuss. The constraint I told, right, not null constraint. We can discuss in integrity constraint concept. Here see not null constraint. Okay. So in explicit null, I omit the column names from list. The Oracle supplies null values. Here if you omit the columns, I said, right, Oracle server automatically insert the null values. So here we are supplying the data, but the null values Oracle server will supply the data. See, supplies null values. Next, explicitly specify null keyword. So we are specifying null keyword to insert the data explicitly, explicit null value. Okay. Next, insert to see how we need to provide the null keyword. So null represent the information that is not available. Okay. What is null, guys? Null is unknown or undefined value. So anything is not equal to 0 or any value or blank space is represented with the null keyword. So here blank space, right? So we mentioned the null keyword, but it has taken the blank space. Clear, guys? Next, using substitution variable. Using substitution variable. Insert the data using substitution variable. Using substitution variable. Substitution variable in the sense, method 3. The variable are used to store values temporarily. So the variable which you are declaring that will store the values temporarily. Okay, that you can remember. I will explain you. We have two types of substitution variables. One is single ampersand. Another one is double ampersand. So this symbol is called, we can mention and, right? We call it as and, like A and B, we can give like that one. But in our Oracle, our SQL terminology, that is called single ampersand. If you mention 2, that is called double ampersand. Okay, single ampersand accept the dynamic values. Double ampersand accept the static values. That I will explain you though. Now, let us try to insert the data. See here, observe what I am giving guys. What I am giving guys, here, student number I mentioned just S number. I have given ampersand. F name I just given the FN. LM I given the last name, just LM. Date of birth I have given the date of birth. Ampersand I have using in before the columns. See how we insert the data like this, right? Insert the values like this. But now I am giving same statement, but I am not giving the values here. I am just giving the ampersand and column name. Next, fee I have given the fee. Gender is I have given the student gender. HG I have given. Understood, guys? What I am trying to explain you here. See how we can insert the data. We insert the data. This is the syntax. Insert into student values. These are the values we mentioned to insert the data for all columns. Now here the syntax for single ampersand is we want to provide the values here. See how we will put insert into table name values, then ampersand value 1, ampersand value 2, same double ampersand and value 1 value 2. The same way I am giving just like this. We can declare single ampersand and student number, ampersand FN, student LN, and it will be like this, student values. So now just to give. See, when you insert like this, the values has been inserted directly.
Yeah.
Now what it is asking for me? So the SQL server telling you enter value for this column. See, S number. I have given S number right here. I didn't provide the STUN. I provide anything which if you want, you can give it to understanding purpose. You no need to give the same column name here because this is not column representing. This is the value representing to the column, this column. So enter the S number. I am giving 100. See, again it will ask FN, last name. I am giving some Divya. So why I am giving single quotes, guys?
As it is a string.
Yeah, it is a string first name. See, now L name. L name is last name. Next, date of birth. Date of birth is next. Date of join, sys date. P, some 1000 or 900. Student gender, F. See how it is showing? The old one. This is the old one. So now you provided the values.
Yeah.
So now it is showing new one. That means the row is whatever values you mentioned here. The values is inserting in place of these columns. See, whatever you entered. So now the Oracle server will execute this row. Now one row created. Let us see. See. Clear, guys? Now try to execute the same one again. Try to execute same one again. So previously what value you have given? 100.
100.
So now I am giving 200. So F name I am giving some Priya. Last name I am giving just M. Date of birth I am giving some 20 Jan 1990. So date of birth I am giving sys date. Sorry, date of join, sys date. So fee I am giving some 1000. Student gender I am giving female. See again. So the values, whatever you enter, those values will go and insert in these places like this. Then Oracle server will execute the command this one. Again, one row created. See. So now my question is, see, the single ampersand is asking the value you need to insert. But here we are having different, we are giving different values. See, previously we gave 100 and name different. So now we have given 200 and name different. Here, see, this one we given. Previously we given this one. So that means it accepts the different values, right?
Yes.
The single ampersand is asking different values. So that is called dynamic, accept dynamic values. Single ampersand accept dynamic values, because whatever you will give, that will accept. Now try to use the double ampersand. Try to use the double ampersand. Try to use the double ampersand. अरे यार, see, yes number I am giving some 300. Name is giving some Madhu. Name is giving Madhu. Next I am giving some G. Next, what is that? Date of birth. Date of birth is in 12 Jan 1991. Okay. Next, date of join is having given sys date. Next, fee is giving some 700. The student gender is giving male. See, now one row is created. Let us try to insert the again one more row with the double ampersand. What is happening, guys? Whether it is asking to enter the values. See, when I insert, see,
No.
in here, when I use single ampersand, first it asks the values, then I have entered, then it insert the row. Again, when I execute the same single ampersand, again it's asked to enter, then this executed based on my values. Now in case of double ampersand, it asked me to enter, I entered, one row inserted. Again I use a double ampersand. It's not asking me to enter again. What it is checking, guys?
It's automatically taking the previous one.
Yeah, it's automatically taking these values. See here, in case of single ampersand, see first I enter 100, then it has taken 100C. Then it inserted the 100 value. Then when I try to again execute the same single ampersand, it asked me to enter new values. Then I have given the new values again. So it inserted the new values. Now when I give the double ampersand, it asked me to enter the values. So it has taken the based on my enter values. But when I try to execute second time, it is not allowing me to enter new values. It's taking previous values only. See. So again you can insert. Again see, again also it is not allowing me to enter new values. So it is taking previous values only. See, previous values. So again you can try. See, by default it is taking new values. That means see, double ampersand double ampersand is accept static value. So you know, right, already everyone knows static is the fixed one.
Yeah.
Fixed one. Dynamic is every time it will change. Okay, double ampersand accept the static value. That means once you give the values, every time that value only it will insert. See, 4 times we have inserted. Now let us try to take value. See, 4 times. If you enter one more time, see, that's automatically taking whatever values you mentioned. See, again it will take one more. So single ampersand allows the dynamic values, double ampersand is the static values. Note, to run command is to execute previous command. So what I am doing, guys, here, if I want to execute any previous, again I want to execute this one only. So you can view this one. See, I haven't entered the statement. It has run. When I give this slash, I think this is the forward slash or backward slash. This is the backward slash, I think. So it's written the data. Again, see, if I want to execute, select star from EMP. So it return. I wanted to return same command again. So you no need to select star from EMP, just to give the slash. Again, it will only return. Now, or else you can give run. See, always it will come.
Sir, Priya is asking some question in the
Yes,
chat box.
see, double ampersand. See, in real time, we cannot use duplicate values, right? More. If you get any requirement to insert the static values, then you can give this one. You can give this one. If you get requirement, I'm explaining you one more time. If you get any requirement to insert the static values, for example, one column you need to enter always same data every time. So by the time you can use the double ampersand. Okay. So when you are inserting the data, so always every time you don't need to return this full statement. You just use the ampersand, then one time this statement. Next time always you can give the values. That is the single ampersand. So if we get any requirement to insert any column, so here we are giving all columns. We can omit the columns also, right? We can give here whatever columns we can declare, right? Here, open parenthesis, one column you can give, then values. So if you get any requirement to insert the fixed values every time, then you can give the double ampersand. Okay. Now that is insertion, guys. Anyone is having any doubts for the insertion?
Sir, nothing, sir. How to import means how to insert bulk data means in general we will not
Yes,
enter
yes,
values
got it.
manually.
Yes, very good.
Yeah, thousands of records will be maybe from
Yes,
Excel
yes.
or JSON.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, when you get the data through Excel or something, through Excel or any CSV files we call, those all are called flat files. So what you need to do by using SQL loader, I think everyone knows ETL, right? Extract, transform, and load. ETL concept. So
Yes, sir.
Yes.
some companies using the ETL tools to load the data to the database. So in our Oracle, we can use SQL loader. SQL loader. By using SQL loader, see, for example, yesterday or day before yesterday, I have shown you, right? Like Olympics data, 2,71,000 records are there. If I want to insert 2,71,000 records, so I can't write a insert statement, right? Every time. So by the time it will be difficult, right? So you need to load the data through SQL loader, whatever the file you received. So first where it will go? It will go and save into the one table that is called, that is staging area. it will store in the staging area. Then we can move into the actual table. Once you created the actual table, those and all we can discuss in SQL loader. And moreover, one more thing. For example, you have 10 rows you have to insert. So all 10 insert commands you need to put. So those will be discussed in the PLSQL concept. So you have to declare there will be a begin. All 10 insert commands you can put. All 10 insert commands you can put like this. Then you can end. You can give the end. So here we are avoiding the declare section. That is PLSQL block. This is the PLSQL block. We can call it a PLSQL block. Why PLSQL engine? In PLSQL block, PLSQL engine bulk of records will deal with the PLSQL. So we can discuss in the PLSQL concept that one. Okay, got it?
Okay. Thank you,
Next.
sir, for the clarification.
No issue. So we do have another 10 minutes, guys. Just we can complete that update and today delete. Then we can complete the DDL today. It will be one class. That is good.
Sir, one question.
Yeah.
Can we use both single ampersand and double ampersand in single row? I mean, while declaring.
No, that's not possible. You mean to say single ampersand and double ampersand. That by the time it will become as 3 ampersands, right?
No. I mean for P is same for everyone.
Here you are telling, right? Here.
Yes, sir. In the same row.
Yeah, you can insert it. But next time it won't ask for this value. Next time, every time it will take same value. For example, date of join is today 10 members. 10 members people are joining. So you can give double ampersand. Then first time you can give sys date.
Yes.
Next time automatically it will take the sys date. So Priya, you understood, right, your question? When to use. For example, today in my institute, 100 people are joining. I wanted to insert the data. For that will take every time sys date only, today, current and date time. So by the time you can use this double ampersand. Okay, next update. So what I said, update is used to modify or change the data in existing table. Update is used to modify in the sense is nothing but a change. Okay, data in a table, in existing table. Now we are having the student underscore. We are having the student underscore VTL. Now my requirement is I wanted to change one employee fee is whoever having the fee is 700. I wanted to change their fee is 3000 rupees. 3000 rupees. The syntax of update statement is update table set. Then column name, which column you are going to update. Okay. Then new value. Where condition, column name, this column and this column should be same, right? For this column only we are going to change the new value. So this column and old value. What is the old value? Update table name set. That means I am telling you the Oracle compiler. I am updating the table set. What is set means? I am updating this column value is some 3000. 3000. But the column, the where means where we are going to update the column name, for which column you are going to update. Then old value. Why you are providing the old value here? That Oracle server should search for this value and replace with this new value. Now update update student underscore VTS. Set. Column name is what, guys? Fee. Fee equal to 3000.
Where? Fee
Where?
equal to
P equal to
700.
700. So 5 rows updated. Why it has updated 5 rows, guys?
5 rows are having 700 fee.
Yeah, 5 rows is having 700. How Oracle server will perform the checks? How Oracle server will perform the check here? How Oracle server will perform check here? Snipping tool. Take snipping tool. Here, what we mention, where fee equals 700. Now, where it will, how it will search, fee equal to 700, right? Fee equal to 700. First, it will go in fee column. It will check 3000 equal to 700. Is condition is true, guys?
No,
Is 3000 equal to 700 is same?
no.
No. Then condition false. Others, are you guys understanding? Others. Next, 1200 equal to 700. Why, you may ask me, why I need to 300, 700? Here you mentioned in where condition, fee column. So whatever the values is fee, it will search. 1200 equal 700 is condition is true, guys?
No.
False. Again, 1200 equal to 700. False. Again, 1200 equal 700. False. Next, 1000 equal to 700. Just all fee values will replace in this condition. 1000 equal 700 condition is true, guys?
No.
False. 1000 equal 700. False. Null equal to 700. How to define the value Oracle server equal to 700, guys? Null equal to 700.
False.
How Oracle server indication that it is not 700, how it will treat it as condition is false? Can someone tell me? How, guys? Why it has written only 5 rows? See, it has written only 5 700s are there written. Why it is not written null value, guys? How it has checked null equal to 700 is not equal to 700. Null is not equal to 700 here.
Null means nothing, right? It
Yes.
was
Null is unknown
Yes,
and
very good.
undefined value.
Undefined value, we can't define it. So that's the reason it cannot define. Condition equal to false. 800 condition equal to false. 900 condition false. Then condition false. Here, condition equal to true. 700 equal to 700. Then Oracle compiler will go and return this value in the buffer. One row is, the row is 300 Madhu. All this value will be stored in the buffer. One value stored. Next, 707. Again, it will come to buffer. Condition is true. Two rows is true. Next, 700 equals 700. Again, true. It will come here. So it has written in buffer 3 rows. Again, 700 equal to true, 4 rows. Again, 700 equal to 700. So it will come and written in the buffer, 1 more row. So total 5 rows. So that is updated, total 5 rows. Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Anyone is having any doubts, right, in place of update? In place of update section?
No, clear.
Are you clear? Now,
Yes.
do update One more thing you can do. Set fee equal to null, where fee equal to 3000. Why 6 rows is updated, guys?
First row plus last 5.
How it will take last 5?
Because
How?
all these rows having 3000 fee.
Yes, very good. Previously, we updated fee equal to 700, where the fee will have to change. That one I haven't shown you, right? Select star from. I think you are getting doubt here now. I should show there. See now. Because in previous update, all 5 rows updated. Wherever 700 is there, the fee is updated as 3000. So here, last 5 rows are 3000 and this one is 3000. Now, update EMP set is null, where fee equal to 1200. How many rows it will get update null value, guys? Right here. How many rows in table?
3.
Others, how many rows, guys? Any answers? Can I get any answers from anyone? Now I am updating
3.
wherever fee equal to 1200, it has to update null.
3.
3. Because here 3 rows are null. Now you can check the table. See, 3 rows. Clear, right? An update part. Now moving to the delete part. Just 5 minutes, guys. Sorry. I wanted to clear under the class should be total DML. Okay. It is easy to delete all rows or particular rows from your table. So the truncate, what it will do, we can discuss in next class. So already we discussed, right? Truncate. It will delete
Yes.
all rows table at a time,
All rows.
and we cannot delete single value by using truncate, and the table structure will remain. Now, if you want to delete all rows from your table by using delete, we can also delete all rows. By using syntax is delete from table name. To delete all rows. To delete particular rows. To delete particular rows. Then we can use the where condition. See, delete from table name where condition. Which value, which row you have to delete. Okay. To delete, we no need to mention where condition to delete all rows. In case of all rows. In case of particular rows, you need to give the where condition. We'll see now. Delete from. What is the table, guys? Student underscore
Student with
PTS. Where? ATS. Here. First, we will discuss about the particular condition. Because after that, if I remove rollback, also we can take it. Okay. Yeah. Here, 15 rows deleted. Let us try to access the table now. See, no rows selected. Select star from EMP. 15 rows. So I am deleting. I wanted to delete all rows from delete by using delete. Delete from EMP table. EMP table is this one. See, 18 rows deleted. Now try to check the data. See, no rows selected. So to delete, if you want to get the deleted data back, what you need to do, guys? I wanted to get the deleted data back. It will store the under tools. Rollback. So now you can use the rollback. So now you can see the data again. Data is came. You can see the data again. Here rollback we haven't done now. The previous row only it will come. We haven't done. So when you do the rollback, here see the previous section only it will come. Here also we have deleted, right? Here delete from VTS underscore. But here rollback when you do, it's not coming to the VTS. Only the previous when you do the rollback, previous statement only will come. That we can discuss in the here. Commit rollback, we do have some transaction control language. There we can discuss. Okay. Now I have deleted. We can delete all rows also. We can get it back. Now I wanted to delete from particular rows 101. So what I need to do, guys? Delete from emp where emp number equal to 1001. See here 1001. One row deleted because same thing how we discussed in here. Every time it will go and check each row here. It will go and check here. This table, EMP table. 7369 equal to 1001. False, 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 false. Here true. That will delete. Now you can see the EMP table data. See 1001 delete. So if you want to delete 2-3 rows, then you have to use in condition that we can discuss in operators. In operators between in, not in, null, not null, those all are we discuss in operators. See here, sorry, this one is not there. 101 is not there, already deleted. Now I wanted to delete 102, 1003, 1004. See, 3 rows is deleted because we are trying to delete all 3 rows. Now you can see the table now. Sorry, EMP table. See, all rows. So here previously 1002, 1003, 1004 was there. Here it has deleted. Clear, guys? In operator section, we can discuss the in any sum all operators. In subqueries that will use these special operators, these all are the operators. In, not in, between, not in, between, like, not like, is null, not null, is not null. We can discuss that. Any doubts on DML part, guys? Anyone is having any doubts in DML section? Anyone is having
No,
any doubts?
No,
Yeah.
sir.
So these all are free classes, guys. I thought to give initially only 7 classes, but I have extended to 7 classes. Sorry, 2 classes extra. So total 9 classes I have given. Total 9 classes. Those all are free. So if you want to get the free classes recording sessions, so you can contact me. So I am saving this all things in YouTube channel, though I will give the link if you want to recorded videos, previous recorded videos. Okay. And one more thing, if anyone joined this class or some of the class in middle, those people wait, we will discuss that one later. So now from tomorrow onwards, it will be paid basis. So as I said previously, so after free classes, you have to enroll. If you want to enroll, there is a free structure. So why I have given free classes. So I don't want to give like 2-3 classes free after that and asking the money, because some people will give only 2-3 classes free. That classes they will give like very good. After that they won't provide the knowledge full-fledged. So I don't want the people only to pay for 1 or 2 sessions after sessions. So they don't want to be get without clear picture. They don't want to enroll. So now you may have some clear picture. What is my subject, and what is the explanation of the subject, and what is the in-depth of the subject I am giving. So now you all people knows, whoever attended my all sessions. So based on that, you can decide whether you need to enroll or not. Whether you need to enroll or not. If you like my subject and if you like my in-depth knowledge, what I am explaining, and if you like my methodology of teaching skills, and if you feel that it is real time or not. See, no one will explain you how the data is stored, whether blank squares. You people got clear picture on data types itself. No one explain you data types in 2 classes. They will explain you only 15 to 20 minutes. The two, what is what. But we explain the how the data is storing the data types also. If it is increase, if you want to decrease, how to increase. If you give the less than the value, what will happen? In case of increase in the table data type size, what are the consequences? In case of decrease, what are the consequences? The use cases also we explained it clearly. Okay. If you feel this is good subject and you need to learn, then you need to enroll from tomorrow onwards. For SQL, I used to take 7K. For PLSQL, for 8K. But some people join both. I mean, from people join in my SQL session and they need PLSQL as well. By the time, I will reduce 3K in PLSQL. So I will give, if people joined both, then I will give SQL and PLSQL for 12K. Some people come from outside, not from me. They will learn SQL from outside, but they need PLSQL from me. So for them, I will take 8 to 10K because I doesn't know their learning methodology and where they have learned, what type of subject they have learned. So I have to explain in PLSQL more burden for me. So people who came from outside, they have to pay for PLSQL 8 to 10K. People already joined in my session SQL, still they want to learn PLSQL also. Then for them, the total is 15K, right? So I will reduce 3K in PLSQL because they already learned SQL in my classes only. So for them, 3,000 discount is there if they want to learn. So if any people is Tableau or some other technologies, if you learn SQL and PLSQL, that is more. If you learn and if you put resume, you will get more calls and you will get high package because you have the already knows one technology which is more demand. So everything will be the database only, right? So by the time whatever you demand the package they can give you because the company understands that this guy knows 2 languages. I can use this guy as per my requirement. So for example, let us take 3 days before I just kept my profile, I kept PLSQL, SQL and Tableau. So I asked 100% type, even though they are not escaping because I know the 2 languages wherever they can utilize me. So your resume will get weightage when you add this one. Okay. So if you enroll, then only you will get the recording session from tomorrow. Then only you will get the recording session from tomorrow that will be uploaded into the Google Drive and providing the access. That's tomorrow session onwards. We want to provide the record session in the YouTube link. Okay. If you want to enroll, you can contact me for this WhatsApp or call. This is my number. You can contact me if you want to enroll. So any questions, guys? Any questions on the fee part or enrolling part? So and
Hello?
moreover, I wanted to clear one thing. If you want to proxy support, some people will come, they doesn't have like they are having 2-3 years gap and they wanted to, let me stop the recording. This one is not good.